In a small, dusty town, Maya lived a simple life. She wasn't rich, she wasn't famous, but she had a talent most people overlooked. She could fix anything, from old radios to broken cars. She had a way with machines that made even professionals envious. One hot afternoon, as she worked in her tiny garage, a sleek black car rolled to a stop outside. Out stepped a sharply dressed man in his 40s, polished shoes, expensive watch, and an aura of someone used to having everything his way. He was Mr. Langford, a millionaire who owned half the city's businesses. "Excuse me," he said, his voice crisp, almost commanding. "My car won't start. I need it fixed. Can you handle it?" Maya wiped her hands on a rag, looked at the luxury car, and then at the man. "I can try," she said simply. Mr. Langford raised an eyebrow but handed over the keys. "Try. That's all I ask." Hours passed. Sweat dripped from Maya's brow. She examined every part of the engine, quietly muttering to herself. Others in town might have given up, but not her. Her hands moved with precision and confidence. By late evening, Mr. Langford's car roared back to life. He looked at her, surprised. Not only was it running, but it was running perfectly. "You fixed it?" he asked, almost in disbelief. Maya shrugged. "Just did what needed to be done." Mr. Langford left without another word, leaving a small envelope of cash on her workbench. But Maya didn't care much about money. She cared about her work being respected. Little did she know, her simple act of skill was about to change her life forever. The next morning, Maya woke up to the usual sounds of her small town, birds chirping, distant chatter, and the rumble of a passing truck. She had no idea that today would be far from usual. As she sipped her morning tea, a loud, rhythmic whirring filled the sky. She stepped outside, shading her eye from the sun, and froze. A luxury helicopter was descending right into her modest driveway. Its glossy exterior reflected the sunlight like a diamond. The town folk began gathering at the edge of her property, whispering and pointing. Maya's heart pounded. Who could this possibly be for? She had no idea that Mr. Langford had been so impressed by her skills that he had made a decision overnight. The helicopter landed smoothly, the blade slowing with a gentle whoosh. A figure emerged, Mr. Langford himself, impeccably dressed, with a rare smile on his usually stern face. "Maya," he called, his voice echoing slightly over the rotor noise. "I hope you don't mind a little surprise." Maya's mouth went dry. I don't understand. Why, here." He gestured toward the helicopter. "I offered you money yesterday, but I realize I can't let someone with your talent just stay hidden in this town. I need your skills for bigger projects. Project that could change everything." The crowd watched silently, anticipation building like electricity in the air. Maya looked from the helicopter to Mr. Langford, then to the gathered neighbors, who were now staring in awe. She knew this was a turning point. One decision could change her life forever. "Do you want to come with me?" he asked. Maya hesitated, her mind racing. A normal life or a world of opportunities she had never dreamed of. Maya stood frozen for a moment, staring at the sleek helicopter and the man who had appeared out of nowhere. Her mind raced. Leaving her small town meant leaving everything familiar. Her garage, her neighbors, the quiet life she had always known. But something inside her stirred. The thrill of possibility, the chance to show the world what she was truly capable of, made her heartbeat quicken. I'll come," Maya said finally, her voice steady but soft. Mr. Langford's rare smile widened. "Good choice. Trust me, Maya, you won't regret this." Without another word, he guided her toward the helicopter. Maya took one last look at her modest home, the dusty street she had walked all her life, and then stepped forward. The helicopter lifted off, the wind whipping through her hair. Below her, the town became smaller and smaller until it was just a patchwork of rooftops and streets. Inside, Mr. Langford handed her a small tablet. "These are your first projects. I need someone who can solve impossible problems, someone who doesn't give up. That's you." Maya studied the tablet, her mind already analyzing, planning, imagining. Each project seemed more challenging than the last, but for the first time, she felt excitement rather than fear. Hours later, the helicopter landed on the rooftop of a sleek, modern skyscraper. Maya stepped out, her eyes wide. This was a world completely different from her small town, a world she had only dreamed of from afar. "Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life," Mr. Langford said. Maya took a deep breath, ready to face whatever came next. The morning sunlight streamed through the floor-to-ceiling windows of the skyscraper. Maya stood in awe, taking in the high-tech offices, the buzzing staff, and the hum of machines she had only ever seen in magazines. Mr. Langford led her to a private lab filled with complex machinery and half-assembled engines. "This is your first challenge," he said. "We have a prototype engine that no one has been able to fix or improve. It's critical for an upcoming project. I want you to handle it." Maya approached the engine cautiously, examining every intricate part. She could feel the pressure in the room. The staff were watching, curious to see if this small-town woman could really live up to the hype. Hours passed as Maya worked meticulously. Every time she encountered a problem, she paused, thought, and tried a new approach. Slowly but surely, the engine began to respond to her touch, moving from a stubborn, uncooperative machine to a smoothly functioning marvel. Finally, with a satisfying click and hum, the engine roared to life. The staff gasped, some applauded, and Mr. Langford's eyes gleamed with approval. "You did it," he said, a rare note of admiration in his voice. "I wasn't sure anyone could, but you proved me wrong." Maya wiped her hands on a cloth, a small smile forming on her face. She felt a thrill she had never felt in her quiet garage back home. This was bigger than anything she had imagined, and for the first time, she realized just how far her skills could take her. Little did she know, bigger challenges and unexpected rivals were waiting just around the corner. Just a week into her new life, Maya was already making waves in Mr. Langford's company. Her talent for solving impossible problems had earned her admiration, but it also drew attention from someone who didn't like outsiders stealing the spotlight. Her rival, Evelyn, was a senior engineer with years of experience and a reputation for being ruthless. She had expected to be the one leading every major project, and Maya's sudden success was a challenge she could not ignore. During a team meeting, Evelyn spoke up sharply. "I don't understand why we're letting someone with no corporate experience handle this project. Maya, maybe you should leave it to someone who knows the system." The room fell silent. All eyes turned to Maya. She felt the pressure but refused to let it show. "I'll handle it," Maya said calmly. "I've studied the plans, and I have a solution that will work." Evelyn scoffed, clearly amused. "We'll see about that." The challenge was set. The team was given a complex machine to redesign for efficiency. Every calculation mattered. Every adjustment could mean success or failure. Evelyn worked aggressively, trying to intimidate Maya at every turn, while Maya quietly focused, analyzing each problem with patience and precision. Hours turned into a tense, silent battle of skills. Finally, Maya's design ran flawlessly, outperforming Evelyn's by a significant margin. The staff erupted into applause. Even Evelyn, though visibly frustrated, had to acknowledge Maya's brilliance. Mr. Langford approached Maya, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "You handled that perfectly. Talent like yours doesn't come often." Maya smiled, but deep down, she knew this was only the beginning. She had won this round, but in a world of high-stakes projects and ambitious rivals, she would need every ounce of her skill and courage to continue. It had been a few weeks since Maya had joined Mr. Langford's team. She was gaining confidence, but nothing could prepare her for the crisis that struck one busy afternoon. An urgent alert flashed across the office screens. One of the company's experimental machines had malfunctioned during a critical test. If it failed completely, it could cost millions and set back months of work. Panic rippled through the staff. Mr. Langford looked at Maya. "I need you on this. You're the only one who can stabilize it before it's too late." Maya's heart raced. She had never faced a situation with such high stakes, but she knew hesitation could be disastrous. She sprinted to the lab, taking in the sight of sparks flying and alarms blaring. The machine was unstable, vibrating dangerously, and every second counted. She analyzed the system quickly, her mind racing through every detail she had learned. With steady hands, she adjusted settings, replaced faulty components, and recalibrated critical circuits. Sweat dripped down her face, but she didn't stop. Minutes felt like hours. Then, slowly, the machine's violent shaking began to subside. The alarms quieted, and the lab fell silent. Maya had stabilized it. The staff erupted into cheers, and Mr. Langford exhaled in relief. Maya, that was incredible. You saved the project, and possibly the company. Maya smiled, exhausted but proud. She realized that this was more than just fixing engines or machines. This was about handling pressure, making quick decisions, and trusting herself. Yet deep inside, she sensed that bigger challenges were still ahead. Challenges that would test not just her skill, but her courage and determination like never before. Maya's success with the crisis had not gone unnoticed. Word of her talent began to spread beyond the skyscraper, reaching the ears of influential people in the city's business and technology world. One morning, as she worked on a new prototype, her assistant handed her a letter seal with an elegant emblem. It was an invitation to a prestigious innovation conference, one where only top engineers, inventors, and problem solvers were recognized. Maya hesitated. She had never attended such events before, and the thought of stepping into a world of highly competitive experts made her uneasy. But Mr. Langford encouraged her. This is your chance to show the world what you can do, Maya. Don't let fear hold you back. At the conference, the grandeur was overwhelming. Crystal chandeliers, gleaming floors, and people dressed in design attire. Maya felt a pang of nervousness, but focused on what mattered, her wake. When it was her turn to present, she unveiled a revolutionary engine design that combined efficiency, power, and environmental consciousness. The audience watched in awe as her prototype performed flawlessly under rigorous tests. Applause erupted. Investors and industry leaders approached her, eager to collaborate, while journalists scribbled notes and snapped photos. Maya, the simple woman from a dusty town, had captured the spotlight. Yet not everyone celebrated her rise. Evelyn, who had also attended the conference, watched from the back with a tight jaw, plotting her next move. Competition and jealousy were never far behind, and Maya sensed that her journey was about to become even more challenging. For the first time, Maya realized that her life had transformed completely, from a quiet garage to the center stage of innovation and opportunity. But the path ahead would demand more than just skill. It would demand courage, resilience, and ingenuity. Maya's rise to recognition had brought excitement, opportunity, and admiration, but it had also drawn unwanted attention. One evening, as she stayed late in the lab perfecting her newest design, she noticed something unusual. A few components she had meticulously arranged were slightly out of place, and subtle errors appeared in her latest calculations. At first, she thought she had made a mistake, but a sinking feeling told her this was no accident. Someone had tampered with her work. Her heart pounded as she retraced the steps, carefully examining every part of the machine. Sure enough, it became clear. This was sabotage. The next morning, she confronted Mr. Langford. "Someone tried to ruin my project," she said, showing him the discrepancies. He frowned, impressed by her observation. "You're right. This is deliberate. But I have faith in you, Maya. Let's find out who's behind this." Maya's mind raced. Could it be Evelyn, jealous of her success? Or someone else threatened by her talent? She knew she had to act fast before the saboteur could cause irreversible damage. Using her knowledge and quick thinking, Maya redesigned a secure version of the project, adding hidden safeguards to prevent any tampering. She also set a subtle trap to catch the perpetrator red-handed. Days later, the saboteur was revealed, an ambitious engineer from another department, hoping to steal credit for Maya's work. Mr. Langford personally reprimanded the individual, and Maya's reputation only grew stronger. Though shaken, Maya felt a renewed sense of confidence. She had not only solved technical problems, but had navigated deception and danger. She realized that in this new world, intelligence alone was not enough. She needed vigilance, strategy, and resilience. As she looked out over the city from the skyscraper, Maya knew one thing. Her journey was only getting started, and bigger challenges were waiting just around the corner. Maya had settled into her new life, balancing high-stake projects, rivals, and the constant pressure to perform. One afternoon, as she reviewed blueprints in her office, her tablet buzzed with a video call from Mr. Langford. "Maya, I have an unusual proposition for you," he said, leaning back in his chair. "There's a private initiative, top secret, and I believe your skills are perfect for it. If you accept, it could redefine your career entirely." Maya's curiosity piqued. "What kind of initiative?" she asked. I can't reveal much over a call, he replied, but it involves designing a groundbreaking machine that could change industries worldwide. You will be leading it. Are you willing to take the leap? Maya felt a mixture of excitement and apprehension. Her life had changed so rapidly, from fixing engines in a small garage to standing at the forefront of innovation, but this opportunity felt monumental. I'm in, she said decisively. Over the following days, Maya immersed herself in the secret project. The technology was unlike anything she had ever seen. The challenges were greater, the stakes higher, and the eyes of influential figures were upon her. Through long nights and intense problem-solving sessions, Maya realized how far she had come. She wasn't just a simple woman from a small town anymore. She was a problem solver, a strategist, and a visionary. As the project progressed, whispers began to spread about the young woman transforming the industry. Investors, media, and even competitors watched closely, fascinated by her ingenuity. And somewhere in the background, Evelyn plotted, refusing to let Maya's rise go unchallenged. Maya knew one thing for certain. Her journey had changed forever. The world had finally noticed her, and nothing would ever be the same. Weeks had passed since Maya had taken on the secret initiative. Every day brought new challenges, technical puzzles, tight deadlines, and mounting pressure from investors and Mr. Langford alike. One evening, as she worked alone in the lab, Mr. Langford entered with a serious expression. Maya, the final stage is critical. This is the moment where everything will be judged, not just by our company, but by the global industry. One mistake, and it could all collapse. Maya nodded, her mind already racing through every possible scenario. She had faced sabotage, rivals, and near-impossible problems before, but this was different. The scale was unprecedented. The project involved combining multiple complex systems into a single, highly efficient prototype. Every detail had to align perfectly. Maya worked tirelessly, testing and retesting, adjusting and recalibrating. Sleepless nights blurred into long, tense hours. Then, the unexpected happened. A major component malfunctioned just hours before the final demonstration. Panic surged through the lab, but Maya kept her focus. She analyzed the failure, identified the weak link, and crafted an innovative solution on the spot. A fix so clever it not only repaired the issue but improved the machine's performance beyond the original design. When the prototype was unveiled to investors, engineers, and industry leaders, it performed flawlessly. Applause erupted. Cameras flashed. Maya, the one simple woman from a small town, had achieved what no one thought possible. Mr. Langford approached her, pride shining in his eyes. You've done more than solve problems, Maya. You've changed the game entirely. Maya smiled, exhausted but triumphant. She realized that her life had transformed completely, from a quiet garage to the center stage of innovation and opportunity. She had faced every challenge, every rival, and every risk, and emerged stronger. As she looked out over the city skyline, Maya knew her journey wasn't over. Bigger challenges, new adventures, and greater opportunities awaited. But now, she had the skills, confidence, and courage to face whatever came next. Maya stood on the rooftop of the skyscraper, watching the sun dip below the horizon. The city below glittered like a sea of stars, a reflection of how far she had come. From a simple life in a dusty town, she had risen to solve impossible problems, outsmart rivals, and lead groundbreaking innovations. Her journey had been filled with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected twists, but each obstacle had shaped her into the confident, resilient woman she had become. Mr. Langford approached her, smiling. You've not only proved your talent, Maya, but your heart, courage, and vision. The world has noticed, and this is only the beginning. Maya took a deep breath. She thought of her quiet garage back home, the small victories that had led to this moment, and the people who had believed in her. She realized that life would always bring new challenges, but she now had the skill, confidence, and determination to face them. As the city lights sparkled around her, Maya smiled. The simple woman who once fixed engine for a living had become a force to be reckoned with. And though this chapter had ended, a new adventure was waiting just beyond the horizon. Maya had changed her destiny, and nothing would ever be the same. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to Twisted Justice for more amazing tales of courage, mystery, and unexpected twists. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting new episode. Stay tuned and keep watching for more thrilling adventures only on Twisted Justice. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Twisted Justice for more amazing stories.